Hello everyone, it's D to the B and welcome back to D to the B Studios. And I have some more deleted scenes from a project that I helped my friend L to the C with. And that is Transformers: The Prime of Darkness. So there was like a bunch of stuff when it came to this film. I would say that this is the movie with the most deleted scenes, but it really isn't because there were probably way more deleted scenes in the second movie, but were lost at the edge of time and were never going to get back, unfortunately. But I might as well talk about the scenes that were salvageable and are in this video so then you know what was supposed to be in the movie. So I want to start up with the opening. The opening is kind of similar to how it was supposed to be, or at least opening one. There is a second opening I will get to in a bit, but in the introduction of the movie, like the second movie and all Transformers movies before it, or at least the live action ones, we have a narration from Prime, and he is basically explaining about the lost tale of Fallen and how it's been a couple years since they defeated Lockdown, which you don't know, Lockdown was the main villain of the second film. All of these will be in the description, so then you can watch these movies because they're not bad and I was involved with them. So why don't we begin with the scene? Let it play.
Years since we had defeated Lockdown from his diabolical plans with the Quintessons. But now we have a new threat that will emerge any day now. His name is the Fallen. The Fallen was once a fellow Prime, but something was different about the Fallen. He was strange. He had very dark intentions at times. The Fallen was cast out after killing Solus Prime. He was then banished to another dimension, pay for his consequences, but the Fallen would swear that he would get revenge on his fellow Primes. But there is also a prophecy that foretells that the Fallen would emerge from the dimension he was trapped in, and once he escaped, he would get revenge on the descendant of the original 13 Primes, and try to awaken his evil master, Unicron. But if the legend is true, we are prepared. Over the past few years, we have been gaining lots of allies, both through Autobots and humans, and we prepare for his return. And while we wait, we are battling our evil foes, the Decepticons, to end the war once and for all.
This next scene is interesting though. So, of course, this was the second opening of the movie, which the scene was originally how Jazz was supposed to die. And there is a lot of things that didn't end up going into the final movie besides the early version of Jazz's death. Like, Inferno was in this scene, but of course, we ended up canceling the scene for two reasons. Number one, this scene ended up being very dated, and we both hated the scene, and yeah, we cut it for that. Second reason we cut the scene was because we didn't know where the Inferno figure was for my friend L to the C. He had it like packed up or something and he didn't know which box at the time that it was packed up in, so he couldn't film any more scenes with Inferno. So those are the two reasons that the scene was cut. Also, Skywarp and Thundercracker were supposed to be in this. Now, one of them was written in a way I was particularly not a huge fan of, and I get why L to the C had me film it the way I did. It was because I liked my performance as the character of Rapture, just acting all crazy. And the reason I did that voice of Rapture for him was because he liked what I did my last Transformers fan film with the character of Dead-End, acting crazy. But the way was the second opening of the third movie.
Hello, my name's Fred Todd and welcome to today's news. Today, we have unfortunate news. a building was striked by 2 fighter jets. Part of me thinks it is those transformers that everybody's been talking about. I mean the ones for electricity? No, not those ones. I mean those giant robots that turn into cars. They say they're in 2 separate factions, but I don't believe that. I think they're all in it together, and they're just faking it, where they can take over the world. But now, let's move on. The police and the fire department are on the case right now. And very soon we will see the inauguration of the new President of the United States. According to my scanners, Autobots are supposed to be here. I wonder where they could be. Oh yes, they're right here. Ah!
Look at that. It's Autobots. Can't wait to add you to my collection. Come on, Thundercracker. Let's rip out their optics and their sparks. After we're finished with them, then we can finish obliterating these insects to oblivion. Not on my watch. Come out, Autobot. Come here and play. There you are. Stay still so I can extinguish your spark. Looks like the little blue one decided to play again. Now it's time to extinguish your spark. Say hello to Primus for me. Oh, Optimus.
Who are you two?
Off to find out another time.
No.
Alright, this third deleted scene was also supposed to be in the second one, so we had this whole government plot line that was completely cut with the second one, as I think I mentioned in the deleted scenes of the second movie. I'm pretty sure, but I might be mistaken. So, reason this was cut at the end of the day in the second movie was because we didn't have the Dinobots for the second movie. The Dinobots were very important, and also the second reason was We ended up cutting the government stuff from the second film, so that was another reason I took this scene out. But yeah, here you go. This was supposed to be in the third film.
The recent Cybertronians that we have discovered that, in the form of dinosaurs, I've discovered their names. First is Grimlock. He is the leader of a special team called Dinobots. He has taken the form of a T-Rex. Next is Scorn. Scorn is a Spinosaurus. You know, like the creature that killed the T-Rex in Jurassic Park 3, which sucked. This is Slash, who has taken the form of a Velociraptor. And then here's Dinobot, who also took the form of a Velociraptor, but he seems to be more organic. It seems weird because the other Dinobots are made out of metal, but this one seems more organic. Maybe he's like the robot cheetah and is more advanced.
Maybe they're from the future or something? And besides, why did the president want to hide this?
Because he knew the nation would go insane. But we're gonna change that very soon.
So this was a deleted scene of the origin of Impactor. So for context, in the Prime of Darkness movie, Impactor was a traitor in the film and betrayed the Autobots. And I made this scene at the time to explain how Impactor became a Decepticon or why he betrayed the Autobots, but this scene ended up not working at the end of the day because there was so much in the movie already. I felt like it wasn't necessary at the time, but I probably will use this footage at some point for a spin-off film in this series. But yeah, I want to show you what this scene was like. Enjoy.
I had been one of the Autobots who survived their extreme injuries. I saw it by a calling by Primus. Unfortunately, because of it, I was detected by the Decepticons and taken to their facilities, along with many, many Autobots. I was in captivity by the Scourge named Megatron. I had been there for a long time, and while I was there, I was tortured with thousands of other Autobots. I felt abandoned. Other Autobots that were with me during the captivity believed that Optimus Prime and his team would return for them. Unfortunately, that day never came, and I was the only survivor of the captives.
So this deleted scene right here was the character of Road Rocket fighting a Dread. Who is Road Rocket exactly? He is a G2 character, if you did not know. I didn't even know he existed until L to the C got the figure, but this was the scene that would have introduced the character in the movie. So why don't we take a look? There was also supposed to be the song Instruments of Destruction, but unfortunately one of the reasons this scene was cut was because of the song itself. Because we used it, got the film permanently banned on public. So we're gonna have a different track take its place, but here is the scene itself. So this scene right here is another arrival of a character that was supposed to show up in the film called Road Hauler, which is a very, very obscure Transformers character. Originally, he was in the G1 pilot, but then was replaced by Grapple. And then he was also written in future source material, mostly as a former Constructicon who joined the Autobots, which is a very interesting premise. So we figured we would try it and see how it worked. Unfortunately, there was a reason the scene got cut. He didn't really show up anywhere else in the film, so it didn't make any sense to keep his scene in the movie. I wish the scene made it. I wish he was more relevant to the plot, but unfortunately it got cut because he didn't really fit anywhere. So here's the scene itself. It's super funny. I wish it was in the movie.
Alright, why am I the one who always has to pick up the new recruits? Like, Bumblebee can do it, Hot Rod could do it, literally any Autobot can do it.
I don't. Constructicon! Not Constructicon anymore, not Constructicon anymore.
I'm your friend, remember?
Oh, right. Sorry, bud. It's nice to see you. It's good to know that you're still alive.
Oh, really? Because the last time I remember is when I saved you from Skullcruncher.
You did not save me. I was just stalling for time. Oh, shut up. I remember that one time.
Whoa.
Ah, classic breakaway. There's a lot to explain to you, bud.
Hi, Ironhide. Where's the new recruit?
Parasite.
Not a parasite, not a parasite!
Can there not be a day where I don't get a gun pointed right in my face?
She's our friend.
Hello there. My name is Road Hauler.
Welcome to Earth?
I'm glad you're no longer scared of Kara. Alright. All jokes aside. This is Kara.
This is a scene that's pretty similar to the Road Rocket scene. It was cut because of the music, which sucks because it was another good song from Transformers the movie Hunger, or at least I like it. For a while I didn't, but I grew to like it when we were working on this movie. But it was that reason that this got cut. It was another funny little scene, but then we had to cut it because of copyright. And we would have had to rebuild the scene by scratch to make sure that it had a different song, because we didn't have all the original files that formed that scene, so we would have had to build it from scratch, which would have not been fun. So at the end of the day, I decided to cut it. But here's the scene itself.
Wait a minute. What the heck is this place? How did I get here? And where is the... Wait a minute. Is that what I think it is? Impossible. Unicron. Welcome. What? Who said that? I know you're here somewhere. Reveal yourself. Or else. I am Unicron. Impossible. Unicron was destroyed centuries ago. And all of his followers joined him. Oh.
So here's a short little scene right here. This would have explained how Grimlock got to the planet of Earth and how he got his dino mode. Now there are two of these scenes here, so let's play the first one.
Alright, I just have to calibrate the circuit. It's almost complete. Turn down that racket before I rearrange your circuits personally. Can't jam, man? No, it's stupid. You darn young bots today, and you're a total killjoy. What was that, rookie? Run that by me again? Get back here! Oh, you will get it when I get my hands on you, you stupid little rookie! Finally, I needed some peace and quiet to finish the project that I'm
So here's a short little scene right here. This would have explained how Grimlock got to the planet of Earth and how he got his dino mode. Now there are two of these scenes here, so let's play the first one.
This is Commander Grimlock. We have crash landed. My brain module received some damage. I feel like I'm losing myself. In me, Grimlock, no going on. Me think that cool. Me want that form. Computer thing. Scan forms. Now. Acknowledge.
Now, this is an interesting scene. I figured for this scene, we would try something different. And it wasn't an asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. It was actually Grimlock's ship that accidentally killed all the dinosaurs. But at the end of the day, this was cut, and I think for a good reason. So let's do it. Let's see the clip.
Me, Grimlock, and team. Scanning modes. We in harmony. Until fire thingy and ship blew up and wiped out all the animals. For the next thousands of years, me and team laid dormant.
And here is the last cut scene of the Autobots driving into the field of battle, and this would have taken place in an early version of the final battle. Let's see it. And that's it for all the deleted scenes. So there were a couple deleted scenes that were either lost in the process, didn't even get filmed, or other reasons. One scene I remember that was cut from the film was a scene with Optimus and Kara, and she would have asked Optimus about I can't remember entirely what it was. I think was there relationships on Cybertron, and Optimus would have brought up the origin of Alita and how they were together, and then during the war she died. Now again, this scene was lost at the end of time. It was lost with the previous device that we were filming with, and we could not get it back. Sucks because that would have been a really interesting scene, but at the end of the day, it's gone. There's no version of it. We would have probably tried to fit it in if he had the original file. Another deleted scene from the movie was the addition of Polar Claw. So the plot of the third movie, he introduced Tigertron in here, and he's not fighting in the Beast Wars. Kind of a little bit similar to how it was in the cartoon. We even used the same audio for it. In this version, he gave up being a Maximal when Shadow Panther killed him in the field of battle, which is canon. And in this scene, you would have seen a flashback of Polar Claw being killed by Shadow Panther who is a bounty hunter in this universe. And then we have another deleted scene of Shadow Panther, and that was his original death. Yes, the version we saw in the movie wasn't his original death. What was supposed to happen for his original death was, I don't remember all the context that was going to happen in the final battle. Maximal, I think they were going to have separate battles. The Autobots, Decepticons would have their battle, and then the Maximals and Shadow Panther would have their battle in an area with a volcano. And at last second, Tigertron would have came and helped, pretty similar to the ending that we got. And Tigertron would have managed to defeat Shadow Panther. Shadow Panther would have fallen into molten lava. He would have died. I wish this was in the film, but at the end of the day, the version was lost and we'll never ever find it. Sucks because that would have been a pretty epic battle. His death in the movie was fine. I think it probably makes a bit more sense than the two groups having their own adventure. I think it makes more sense. There was also a cut scene in the third movie where more of the Predacons would have shown up. It was going to be Waspinator, Buzzsaw. That's why Waspinator was actually in the movie. That's a bit of an error, but well, and Black Arachnia would have appeared, and it might have been it for the Predacons. Pterosaur showed up in the film. He didn't really do anything, so I guess I'm a bit of a hypocrite for keeping Pterosaur in, even though he was no scene whatsoever. Yeah, that's it for deleted scenes. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this breakdown. Transformers: The Prime of Darkness, which excited to not watch the movie for that. Here is a link to the movie. Screw that. Here's a whole link to the trilogy that I'm involved with. And it will be continuing at some point. We do have a fourth one that will be in the works. Actually need to get around to it. And it's like the original three, keeping track with deleted scenes. So yeah, that's it. Have a nice day, everyone.